Hello, hello everybody. I'm not on camera yet because I'm trying to finish my ice cream. I don't feel like mukbanging. Hey Samara, Carla. Hello girls. What are you guys doing? Balloon. Oh, Misdemeanor. Hello. And Carla, your costume is a clown costume? Aren't you? Oh. So how is everybody tonight? I'm almost done. Did everybody enjoy their Friday? It was beautiful here. I'm tired. I did my errands. Hey, Lufa. I did my errands first thing this morning, and then I cleaned the backyard, and then I went to the store, and we made tacos for dinner, and then I had to run back to the store. It's just been a busy day today, but I hope everybody else had a good day and you guys had nice weather. It's so pretty this time of year. So pretty with the leaves, and it's not too hot, not too cold. I'm almost done with my ice cream, guys. Bear with me. I'm having mint chocolate chip. Who likes mint chocolate chip ice cream? It was beautiful. Good. My last bite. I have my dog laying on my lap. It's so cute. I wish I could show you guys. He's just he's just resting his head right on my lap. It's so cute. So hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. Here tonight we're going to be talking about true crime. I'm sorry I was not live last night. It was a really rough day yesterday. You know how you get those days where it just didn't go well. It just wasn't a good day, and I was not jiving with going live. I wouldn't have been in a great mood. I wouldn't have been entertaining, and you know, you kind of have to be in the zone. Hey, Eagle Girl. You kind of have to be in the zone to do true crime. I think you have to be in the zone regardless. Even to come on a live, just even if you don't have a subject, you have to be in the mood, you know, to talk and be on camera, and I just wasn't, so I did not go live. So, but yes, so tonight we're doing true crime again, and tonight it's the CANDYMAN case. This case is another case that happened on Halloween. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, a few more seconds, see if anybody else comes in. I don't know who's live. I didn't even look, but it really doesn't matter because people can always watch it on the replay also. So, because I don't take down my lives. But yeah, so I don't know who's live, and we're gonna get into this case. Let's see. All right, let's get going. What time is it? I'll give it till 7:36. We'll give it one more minute. Oh, thank you, Lufa. I just threw it up. I need to trim it. I need to go. My mom needs to come over and cut my dead ends. But thank you. My dead ends really need to be cut in. I don't really go, I don't do anything. I've never gone to a hair salon because of my length of my hair. It's outrageous to have anything done because my hair is so long, and I'll never cut it short. So pretty much my mom comes and cuts the dead ends. But I've been thinking about how I might want to layer it. I think it would look good layered. Keep the length, but layered. Hold on one sec. Sorry, husband had to say goodnight. He has to work tomorrow morning. He has to get up for 3:30 in the morning, so it's bedtime for him. So yeah. But yeah, I was thinking maybe layering my hair. Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. Having my hair layered, but keeping the length. I think it would look good layered. I don't know. We'll see. I want to do something though. All right, let's do this. The Candyman murder. Rondell O'Brien was born October 19th, 1944. He was nicknamed the Candyman and the man that was who killed on Halloween. Rondell lived with his wife, Dana, in Deer Park, Texas, with their 2 children, son Timothy, 8 years old, and a daughter Elizabeth, who's 5 years old. Ronald worked as an obstetrician at the Texas State Optical in Sharpstown in Houston. He was also a deacon at the Second Baptist Church, where he sang in the choir. He was also in charge of the local bus program. On October 31st, 1974, Ronald took his 2 children out trick-or-treating in Pasadena, Texas neighborhood. Ronald O'Brien's neighbors and their 2 children went trick-or-treating with them as well. They took the children to a home to get candy. They knocked on the door, but no one answered. The children grew impatient and decided to run ahead to the next house, while Rondell stayed behind. Hey, Nanya. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting into it. So I'm glad you made it on time. So Rondell and the neighbors and the 2 children went trick-or-treating. And then the children, where was I? They knocked on the door, but nobody answered. The children grew impatient and decided to run ahead to the next house while Ronald stayed behind. Ronald eventually caught up to the kids and the neighbor. When he got to them, he produced 5 21-inch pixie sticks, which he would later claim he got the pixie sticks from the first house they went to, and no one answered the door. At the end of the evening, Ronald O'Brien gave each of his neighbors' 2 children a pixie stick, and one to each of his children, Timothy and Elizabeth. Upon returning home, Ronald gave the last pixie stick to a 10-year-old boy who he recognized from church. Before bed, Timothy asked if he could have some of the candy he collected. Timothy ended up picking the pixie sticks. Timothy had trouble getting the powder candy out of the straw, so Ronald helped him loosen the powder. After tasting the candy, Timothy complained that it tasted bitter. Ronald gave his son some Kool-Aid to wash away the taste. Timothy immediately began to complain that his stomach hurt, and he ran to the bathroom where he began vomiting and convulsing. Ronald said he held Timothy while he was vomiting, and then the child went limp in his arms. Wookie, no. Go lay down. Go lay down. Hold on one second, guys. Come on. Go. Woo woo. Come. Go lay down. Go behind the bed. Go lay down. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, perfect timing, Nanya. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. No, no. What? What did I miss? What did I miss, Samara? Oh, Wookie. Yes. Yeah. He always does it. It's like when I go live, he knows I'm going live. So he comes and he attacks my feet and he wants to play bank. And it's like, no, I'm playing. I'm playing. So the child went limp in his arms. Timothy O'Brien died en route to the hospital less than an hour after consuming the candy. Timothy's death from poisoned Halloween candy prompted fear in the community. All the parents from Deer Park and the surrounding areas returned all their candy to the police, fearing it was laced with poison. When he opened it, it tasted bitter, and it tasted bitter. Yeah, it tasted bitter. And his father, instead of wondering why it tasted bitter or being concerned, because when you go trick-or-treating, for me anyways, I always checked my kids' candy. If we were out and about, they could get candy from like our friends and our family, but they had to pick the candy before it went into the bag. And when we came home, we would sit down on the floor. The kids would dump out all their candy, and me and my husband would go through each and every piece of candy. That's what we did. So for Rondell, the father of Timothy, to say that the candy tasted bitter, I'm sorry, I would have been freaking out. Instead, he gave him Kool-Aid to wash it down. But we'll know why in a minute. Police did not initially suspect Ronald O'Brien of any wrongdoing, or anyone for that matter, until Timothy's autopsy revealed that the pixie sticks he ate the night was laced with a fatal dose of potassium cyanide. 4 of the 5 pixie sticks Ronald O'Brien claimed to receive were collected by police from the other children. Thankfully, none of them had eaten the pixie sticks. One of the families that O'Brien gave their child a pixie stick were hysterical when they could not find the candy. They rushed upstairs to find their child asleep, holding the candy, but did not eat it. The boy was unable to open the candy because it was sealed with a staple, and that sealed it shut. When police looked at all the remaining candy, they saw each one of them were sealed with a staple. So the boy was going to eat it. He went up to his room to go to bed, probably sneak some candy from his parents, and he was going to eat it, but he ended up falling asleep before eating it because he couldn't get into it, because it was stapled shut. So it seems like Ronald O'Brien gave 5 candies away, 5 pixie sticks away. 2 of them were to his kids. So that's 3 others. 2 were the neighbor's kid, and 1 was the kid he knew from church. And it seems like back in 1974, people just didn't check their kids' candy. I bet you probably this case probably prompted people to start checking the candy when they went trick-or-treating. According to the pathologist who tested the pixie sticks, the candy consumed by Timothy contained enough cyanide to kill 2 adults, while the others had enough to kill 3 adults. So Timothy had enough cyanide to kill 2 adults, And the other ones that none of the kids took, well, there was enough cyanide to kill 3 people. See, these are the very stories of my, where did it go? These are the very stories my parents would tell me to scare the yes. That's what my parents did, and I carried it on, you know. I think you're right. This case probably scared the living poop out of everyone. Yeah. I mean, that's how my mom used to do. My mom used to say, you can't eat this, you know, who knows? Somebody could have put poison in it, put a razor blade in it, something like that. We can't eat that until we check the candy. And I carried that on to my kids. And I know when, you know, when you go trick-or-treating and sometimes people give you an apple because they want to give you a healthy snack, I was never allowed to. Had to throw that apple dumped into something, or there could have been something put inside of it. The other thing my mom would never let me have is, you know how people make popcorn balls with the caramel, and then they used to put it in cellophane with a cute little tie. I could never eat those either. Anything handmade, my mother would never let me. Even if they gave a little bag of brownies, because it was handmade, it had to be thrown away unless it came from a family member. Ronald O'Brien initially told police he could not remember the house he went to and got the candy. Police became suspicious of the excuses O'Brien because Ronald and the neighbors, police, let me rephrase that, sorry. Police became suspicious of the excuses O'Brien was telling the police because Ronald and the neighbors, Wookie, stop, go lay down, be good, not right now, I'll play with you after, go back, lay down, go. Sorry guys. O'Brien, because Ronald and the neighbors only took the children to homes on 2 streets because it was raining on the night of Halloween. Their suspicion increased after learning that none of the houses they went to gave out pixie sticks. Ronald walked with the police 3 times around the neighborhood. He finally brought them to a home that they went to that did not answer the door. O'Brien told police that after not getting an answer, he tried again while the kids and the neighbors went on. He said the owner did not have his light on, but he cracked open the door and handed him 5 pixie sticks. He told police he only saw the person's arm, which he described as hairy. Never take candy without mom or dad checking it. Yes, razor blades were put inside those, Jenna. Not inside these, no. It was just pixie sticks. The pixie sticks, they're long candy and they got sugar in them, and it's made out of paper. So it's a long, those are what pixie sticks in. And what he put in there was cyanide, potassium cyanide, not razor blades. Razor blades, I was saying, like my mom used to say, they could put razor blades in like the popcorn balls or something like that. That's how my mom used to scare me. Let's see. The owner of the home was named Courtney Melvin. Melvin was an air traffic controller at William P. Hobby Airport and didn't get home from work until 11 on Halloween night. Police ruled him out when 200 people stated he was at work all evening on Halloween night. So, the house that O'Brien said he went to, that they knocked on, that was the first house they went to. They knocked, nobody answered. The kids got impatient, the neighbors took off. Ronald stayed back. But Ronald said he ended up going back to this house. Now, mind you, he's a grown adult. Why would he go back and not have his kids with him? But he goes back and he knocks on the door. The light's not on, and the guy didn't even open the door to say, I'm not giving candy or waiting for the kids to say trick or treat. All of a sudden, he just puts out his hairy arm and gives him 5 pixie sticks randomly. But we know now that it was a lie because the guy that lives there was at work at the airport and 200 people saw him. Police, as the investigation furthered, police learned that Ronald O'Brien was over $100,000 in debt and had a history of being unable to hold a job. When police decided to arrest O'Brien for the crime, he was working at a Texas state optical eye place and was close to being fired for theft. His car was about to be repossessed, and he defaulted on several bank loans, and the family home was in foreclosure. Police also discovered that O'Brien had taken out several life insurance policies on his children in the months before the crime. In January 1974, he had taken a $10,000 life insurance policy out on both his children. 1 month before Timothy's death, he took an additional $20,000 on both of the children, despite the objection from the agency. So he went and got a $10,000 life insurance policy. A month before Timothy dies, he decides to go get a $20,000 life insurance policy on top of the 10 for both of his kids. And the agency objected because here he is coming in only a couple of months before and getting a $10,000 policy. People do that all the time for their kids. You know, that's not odd. But when you go back a month later and increase it by another $20,000, there's something up with that. In the days before Timothy's death, he took out yet another $20,000 policy for each of his children. The various policies totaled about $60,000. O'Brien's wife maintained that she did not know about the life insurance on their children. Police also learned on the morning of Timothy's death, O'Brien called the insurance place to find out about collecting the policy he had taken out on his son. Hold on 1 second. Wookie, you are driving me bonkers. Go. Finally, he went into the bedroom. Now he's in there. He'll leave me be. Oh, is Charlie Girl in here? Oh, Eagle, hello. Charlie missed you today. Hope work went well. I don't see Charlie Girl. Is she in here? Oh, there she is. Hi, Charlie Girl says. Hi, darling. Okay. I'm so sorry that my dog keeps interrupting, you know, but that's what happens when you do live true crime. When you do a video, we get to edit this stuff out. But I'm giving you guys a taste of what it's like doing it live. Yes, Wookie is the king of the house. All right, so on the day that Timothy's death, O'Brien called the insurance place to find out about collecting the policy he had out on his son. Not his daughter and his son, because if you remember, he took out policies for both his children. But he only called today to find out that day about his son's policy. Police also learned that Ronald visited a chemical supply store days before Halloween to purchase cyanide, but didn't get any because the smallest amount they could buy was 5 pounds. Police believe Ronald laced the candy in hopes to kill both his children for the life insurance. They think the reason he gave them to the other children was to cover up the crime. So basically, he wanted money because he was in debt. So he got all this insurance policies, but he knew people might look right at him. So what does he do? He ends up poisoning other people so he could play it off like it was the person handing out candy, it wasn't him. Ronald O'Brien never confessed to the crime. Although police never discussed when or where O'Brien bought the poison, he was arrested for Timothy's murder on November 5th, 1974. He was indicted on 1 count of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. Ronald O'Brien pleaded not guilty to all 5 counts. O'Brien's trial began in Houston on May 5th, 1975. During the trial, a chemist who was acquainted with O'Brien testified that in the summer of 1973, he contacted him asking about cyanide and how much would be fatal. A chemical supply salesperson also testified how much cyanide to purchase. Friends and co-workers testified that months before the murder, O'Brien always talked about cyanide and how it could kill someone. Family testified on the day that Timothy was laid to rest, O'Brien talked about using the money for a long vacation and to buy other stuff. So that's really nice. His son is being laid to rest, and what is he doing? He's talking about, I'm going to use the life insurance policies to go on vacation and buy other stuff. What a dirtbag. On June 3rd, 1975, it took the jurors 46 minutes to find O'Brien guilty on all counts. The jury took 71 minutes to sentence him to death. After being found guilty, his wife divorced him. Ronald O'Brien was confined to Huntsville Unit in Huntsville, Texas. His first date of execution was set for August 8, 1980. But his attorney was able to get a stay of execution. 71 minutes, dead man walking. Yeah. That's a record, 46 minutes. Yeah. Yep. His second date was set for May 25th, 1982. That date was postponed. The judge set a third date for October 31st, 1982. It was the 8th year anniversary of the crime. The judge also offered to even drive O'Brien to the death chamber. It was to be the first time Texas would execute by lethal injection. But the Supreme Court delayed it yet again to give him a chance to appeal and get a new trial. So on October 31st, 1982, it was at the 8th year anniversary. He was set to be executed by lethal injection, but not only is it the 8th anniversary of the crime, hey Austin James, not only is it the 8th year anniversary for the crime, but it would have been the first person in Texas who would have been executed by lethal injection. But the Supreme Court delayed it. So the fourth time was set for March 31st, 1984. His lawyer sought yet another stay, saying that the lethal injection was a cruel and unusual punishment. But on March 28th, the judge rejected the request. Thank you. So on March 31st, 1984, shortly after midnight, he was executed by lethal injection. Ronald O'Brien's final words were, "I maintain my innocence," stating the death penalty was wrong. "I forgive all, and I mean all, even the men involved in killing me. God bless you all." During the execution, a crowd of 300 people gathered outside yelling, "Trick or treat." Isn't that a crazy case? Isn't that just crazy? He ended up having 4 set days, 4, to be executed, and he got away with 3. Finally, the 4th one, the judge rejected it, and he was able to be put to death. But he still claimed that he was innocent. He blamed pretty much the people for killing him were worse than he was. And everybody in the town, 300 people, were there with picket signs cheering on this death, saying trick or treat. This man literally killed his child, looking to kill both his children, but he ended up only killing his son for money. That's about as evil as anybody can get. But why did he end up stopping? What stopped him from killing his daughter? That's what I want to know. Why did he go and get life insurance policy on both kids, but only gave Timothy the pixie sticks and not his daughter? But he did give them to her, but he didn't let her eat them, obviously. And the other kids, he wanted to give them to cover up his crime, and thankfully, they didn't eat them. But it's something that while I was doing the research that I wanted to know, why did he stop? Why didn't he not give it to both of his kids? Because did he get a conscience? Is it that he loved his daughter more than his son? Or did he think that if both of his kids ate it at the same time and they both died, would it make him look guilty? Hey, Turquoise, good to see you. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. So what are you guys' thoughts? Why do you think that he wanted to kill both of them? He got life insurance for both of them. And then he went back and got more life insurance for them. Hey, Jason. Ooh, at the club, you getting down, get down, get down. Boogie away, Jason. I hope you're dancing tonight. You got your dancing shoes on? I did get your email, though. I'm looking into both those cases. And if I get enough, I might talk about them on one of my lives. But we'll see where it goes. But I thank you. So if you hear of any other cases, or any of you guys hear of any cases, and you think that I might be interested, or even if it's a case that you're interested in, email me. If it's true, that makes you one of the prettiest women in the world. Samara is one of the prettiest women in the world. Ginger Locks, hey girl, I hope you're feeling okay. I hope you're finally on the mend. I'm still praying and thinking about you, girl. Pretty soon, we're all gonna just break you out. We're gonna come kidnap you and break you out. Hey, British Chippy, welcome. I know this crime wasn't a long one, but I felt like it was an interesting one just because it was on Halloween, but two, Halloween's coming up. So I kind of wanted to do this case because anybody that has children out there, trick-or-treating is fun and it can be fun, but please be safe. Please make sure you check your children's candy. Don't let them just eat any candy from anyone. Because nowadays, you just don't know. Just like in 1974. You just don't know. You can't trust everybody. Do you know anything about his daughter now? I don't. I tried looking and I couldn't find anything. Let me try again. Maybe if I word it differently. Elizabeth, the Candyman's daughter. Where is she now? Maybe that will bring it up. We got images of her. This is what she looks like. No, that isn't her. I thought that was, it says it's her, but it's not. When you click on it, it's actually, is it her? Let me make sure it's her. No, it's not. Hold on. Let me see. "35 years later," let's see. Got a 35 years. It says, this one says, for 35 years later, memories of the notorious Halloween Candyman murder remains vivid. It says, you might think that Mike Hinter anger had embedded in the 3.5 decades since, as a young Harris County Assistant District Attorney, he was assigned to prosecute Ronald Clark O'Brien, the father accused of poisoning his own son's Halloween candy, or that in the 25 years since O'Brien was executed by the state of Texas, Hinton would prefer to let the past dissolve into receding memories. You'd be wrong, though. I never get tired of talking about that sorry-ass son of a bitch, said Hinton today, an attorney in a private practice in Houston. Ever since he convinced a jury that O'Brien deliberately murdered 8-year-old Timothy by placing cyanide laced with pixie sticks into his trick-or-treat candy, the clarity of Hinton's recollection has not faded, but rather resolved into a sharp focus. He remembers tiny details of the case, just like it was last night. such as in a near-empty courtroom during the trial. O'Brien, later dubbed the CANDYMAN, turned to him and offered a Tootsie Roll, and how on the night of O'Brien's execution, March 31st, 1984, Hinton returned to his childhood home in Amarillo, took a boat out on the lake, and lifted a Miller beer in silence celebration as he floated into the darkness. Flick the right switch and vivid images still scroll in front of Hinton's eyes, particularly when late October rolls around. He sees the dead boy slightly body on the autopsy table. So young, he said, choking up, so young. Hinton is not only one haunted by the memories of the crime that spooked generations of Halloween trick-or-treaters. Tom Campbell was a young news reporter from Houston television station when he was assigned to cover the O'Brien trial. Today, as an anchorman for the television station in Augusta, Georgia, he had no better luck outrunning his memories. Till this day, I don't observe Halloween, he said. Every year, as daylight fades on the final day of October, he has kept the porch light at his home off and refused to answer the door. When the station's annual party gets underway this year, he'll slip out, as he always does. I can't do this, he'll tell himself again. Ripples from the real-life tale of Halloween horrors have touched millions more. Though many people today may not realize it, in 1979, when Ronald O'Brien appealed his death sentence, Clyde DeWitt represented the government. O'Brien's lawyer was Marvin Teague, who 2 years later would be named a justice on the State Court of Criminal Appeals. Teague died in 1991, but DeWitt vividly remembers the defender's opening statement. As you knew, Teague began, my client was convicted of killing Halloween. Now an attorney in Los Angeles, DeWitt recalls that pressing for O'Brien's death sentence was complicated by his criminal record, or more accurately, lack of one. This guy had never had but a parking ticket in his life, he said. So how did the evidence support that he wasn't capable of rehabilitation? Most of those who learned the details of O'Brien's actions, however, agreed that his single transgression was more than significant to merit the ultimate punishment. I have seriously mixed emotion about the death penalty, DeWitt said. But if it doesn't justify the death penalty, then there never will be a case that does. I just can't think of a more representable crime. The events of that evening 35 years ago tonight, later described in court documents and newspaper accounts, appeared straightforward. If applauding after a dinner with friends, Ronald O'Brien, still dressed in a white obstetrician lab coat he wore at work, and neighbors Jim Bates headed out for an early evening of trick-or-treating. It was raining. With them were 3 children, a Bates boy and O'Brien's 2 children, Timothy and 5-year-old Elizabeth. At one of the homes we already know that. Back home, yeah, we read that. But it doesn't say anything about where his daughter is now. Maybe she doesn't want to be known. I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, I know that there are some kids that have serial killer parents or parents that have been convicted of, they've been in the spotlight. They go in the spotlight, they talk about, there's a girl that actually has a TV series, and it's about people that have committed crimes against you, and but it never gave the family closure, so she tries to give the family closure. And she is actually the daughter of another serial killer, and she has a TV show now. I think it's on Lifetime, but maybe she just doesn't want to be known. But I would love to know where she is and what she's up to. But I mean, would you really want to tell everybody that I'm the daughter of the scariest man on Halloween, the CANDYMAN, and he killed my brother? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But yes, so what was I saying before I went looking to see if I could find Elizabeth? Just make sure, you go out and you're always safe. You always got the flashlights. You always make sure the kids look both ways before crossing the road. You always make sure they stay on the sidewalk. You always make sure that they go in as a team. They never go trick-or-treating by themselves. Either they're with family, but if they're with friends, they go in a pack. Those are all great safety things. Make sure you continue to do that. But also, I don't care if your kid is 5 years old, 3 years old, or 17 years old, 16 years old, 15 years old. It only takes a minute to go through the candy and just check. Make sure there's no rips, no tears, no staples to close the bag up. Just please, for those who still have trick-or-treating because of cornholio, just make sure you check their candy. It only takes a minute. I'm excited that we are still having it. Fingers crossed. I mean, we still got a couple of weeks, as long as cases don't skyrocket again and we don't have a lot of, don't you like it? Cornholio. Because we can't say that word. They say we're not supposed to on YouTube. We get in trouble. So I was like, I gotta find out a new word for that, because I keep saying the virus, which we're not supposed to. The other word we're not supposed to. So I was like, why not Beavis and Butthead? Cornholio. Perfect. So that's what I call it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm going to be live tomorrow night. I'm supposed to have family over and we're supposed to play darts. So, and that is still up in the air. It hasn't been a definite yet, but if they do, I'm not going to be able to go live. But because Walking Dead isn't on Sunday, if I do not go live tomorrow night, I will be going live Sunday night. So, but I can't let you know. I mean, if you're in my Discord, I'll let you know through Discord. But if you're not in my Discord, I don't have a community page. So basically, you won't see me schedule a live. And if I don't schedule a live, I'm with the family. If not, but I'll be going live Sunday. But I'm thinking, what crime could I do for tomorrow or Sunday? But I also was thinking, I wonder if we could do a live where we could do like a panel where people could come up and we could talk about, like, what was your favorite Halloween costume? What is the best Halloween you could remember? Did you go to haunted houses? Did you not? Did you, tell scary stories? Did you go to Did you go to cemeteries on Halloween night? Did you go out the night before and egg and toilet paper and shaving cream the town? Or were you one that stayed home? So I was thinking maybe we could do one of those. But I don't know. Unless I can find another Halloween crime that catches me. But yes, mischief night, Samara. Did you do mischief night? I know I did. I did a couple of times. But I was a not so good teenager. I was trouble. I was trouble in a handbag. I didn't smarten up until I got pregnant with my daughter, and that changed my life. Then I knew I needed to start getting my act together, and only 1 year I went with friends and corned people's homes. Corned people's homes. What did you use? Like canned corn? Or like corn stalks? Or corn on the cob on a stalk? I'm interested. I would still love for you to look at the... Oh, yes. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. I can look into that. And we also have to talk about... I'm still planning, guys, for the 24th to still go to Salem. I've been trying to save my pennies so I can go and enjoy the day and get into places, because when I was looking, you have to pay to like get into the museum and stuff. So I've been saving my pennies, and I'm hoping on the 24th we'll be able to go, and then that way I can take you guys into the buildings instead of just looking outside. Bags of corn, kennel, and not popped. Oh, okay. It's not Halloween, however. The door-to-door aspect still fits. Yes. Oh, I have to write. I gotta scroll up to get that name again. Nasha. And we know when I do go to Salem, and hopefully I'll be able to go inside the buildings and stuff, because it is not closed because of cornholio. I looked into that, so I will be able to go into the museums and stuff. But I am going to tell the Salem witch story, why I am at Salem. I also dressed up and got candy till I was around 20 years old. I'm very short. You know, my daughter used to go out with her friends. I think 19 was when she finally stopped. She loved dressing up, and they would go, you know, I'm like, well, I'm not taking you because I think you're too old. And I don't think you should be going door to door and getting candy. She's like, but I'm still a kid. I'm like, no, you're almost an adult, you know. No. And they would go, and people would give them candy. We were never allowed to go door to door as kids after that. Not to trick or treat or carol at Christmas or deliver Girl Scout cookies. Yes, that's that case. Okay, that's that case you were telling me about that really shook up Texas. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Oh, that there is a case here in my state just like that misdemeanor. Oh, and Samara, what's the name of that one? Do you know offhand? So yeah, like I said, I still have it marked on my calendar right below me. We're going to Salem on the 24th. It's the Saturday before Halloween. Halloween falls on a Saturday this year. So I'm going the Saturday before because I want to be here on Halloween to trick or treat. Although I would love to go to Salem on Halloween. How cool would that be? But I don't want to miss my 2-year-old trick-or-treating. I don't want to miss it. So I'm going to go the Saturday before. And I kind of want to spend the whole day. I want to actually get up and leave early and spend the whole day and be able to walk around and see everything. The other thing I have to save for is I want to get a portable battery pack thing. So when I'm live, I don't die, because I would hate to die showing you guys stuff. So I got to get that too. And I also have to get what's it called? So I can walk around and hold my phone, whatever it's called, tripod, selfie stick. Yeah. I think I can get that for like $5 at Family Dollar or something. The Masha Tremley case happened in Nashville, just a few streets over from where I grew up. She was a year younger than me at the time. Wow. Let me write that one down. Hold on, guys. I got my book, so I can write these down for you. Joan. Oop, that didn't work. Joan Doe Ass and Row. Doe Ass and Row. If you look at it the way that's spelled. Austin James. Unfortunately, I did 2 tours and made me grow up real fast. I bet it did, Austin James. The military seems to do that. They take boys and turn them into men. But good men. Respectable men. I mean, because my stepson, he graduated from high school and he was so under the age. Like, he was just an immature 18-year-old, just completely immature. But he decided that he wanted to join the Marines, and he joined the Marines, went to boot camp, everything. He came back from boot camp and it was a totally different kid. Totally. Like, it was yes ma'am, no ma'am. He was calmer. He wasn't as hyper. He was calmer. He was more respectful. He would open the doors for you, where before, he wasn't paying attention to that. And he was just so hyper and would say off the wall things that made you embarrassed at the wrong time, at the wrong place. And it totally made him grow up. In a good way, though. He still had fun and stuff, but he knew when to have fun and when not to. And before the Marines, there's a time and a place for everything, and he would always pick the worst times to act childish, I guess. I can only imagine. Thank you so much for your service. Yes, thank you so much for your service. Camp Scout Murders was about Girl Scouts too. Yes, it was. See, Samara, you're remembering all the cases I was doing. See, I love you. I love that you remember them all. But yeah, but anybody want to come up and chit chat? I know this was a quick case, but we still got, it's only 8:30. I don't know what time, if anybody wants to come up and chit chat, because I pretty much don't have anything more to say. So if nobody comes up, I'm just going to end, because, like I said, I don't got much more to say. I've said it all. I said it all. But I love that you all are in here. I love that you're enjoying my Moonoween true crime. I got a patent that, That Moonoween thing. I got a patent that. All right, Dan. I've been on for an hour, so I think I'm gonna get off. But thank you guys all for coming in and supporting me. The Encyclopedia Summer. I know, right? She remembers everything. At least she's got better memory than me. When I don't remember something, I'm like, Samara, do you remember? Because I don't. Thank you. That was an awesome nightmare tale. Yes, it was. But thank you guys all for coming in. And thank you. Oh, Austin. Carla, come up. Austin don't want me to end. Austin's like, don't end. I'll be bored again. But I thank you guys all for coming in. And I thank you guys for continuing to support me and continue being here. I love you all for it. You're welcome, Austin James. You don't know how much it means to me for you guys to be in here. Yeah, because I could go live. I could tell crime, but I'm not the only one that makes this channel. You guys make this channel as well, because without you, I wouldn't have a channel. Without you guys, I'd be sitting here talking to myself. So pat yourselves on the back too. We all did it together. But I love you all. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for supporting me. Remember, if I don't go live tomorrow night, I will be live Sunday. I'll let people know in Discord when I know. And if you're not in Discord and you just don't see me schedule my live, you know I'll be live Sunday. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, either one, love them both. Doesn't matter to me. I hope everybody has a I don't care what we talk about. I just love you here. Oh, thank you, Austin. You're so sweet. I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend. I hope the weather is good. If it is, get out and enjoy. Smell the fresh air. Enjoy the fall foliage before it gets too cold and we're not enjoying it anymore for the people that live in weather like me. For the people that live down south, get out and enjoy it because it's not as hot as it is. So it's kind of like fall for you guys. But everybody stay healthy, stay happy, and stay you. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye.